All right, welcome back, everyone. Ready for another deep dive? Today, we're going way back to 2017, early days of the Trump administration, and we're looking at something called Project Stargate.
Project Stargate.
Right, yeah, intriguing, right?
Very.
Kind of like a potential alternate timeline for AI.
Hmm.
Our sources on this are pretty solid, too. We've got reports from Reuters, Bloomberg, CBS News.
Big names.
So we're dealing with credible info here. The big question is, what was Project Stargate? And what might have happened if it had actually, gone somewhere?
Well, we're talking about a pretty ambitious plan here.
Ambitious how?
The goal was to pump serious investment into AI development across a bunch of different sectors. Like, it wasn't just research funding. It was about building a whole AI ecosystem.
We're talking about some serious cash, too, right?
Yeah.
Didn't I see something like $500 billion over 4 years?
Up to $500 billion, yeah.
Yeah.
That was the figure being thrown around, that kind of scale. It was unheard of at the time.
Wow. So what would that kind of money actually be doing, like concretely?
Think building cutting-edge data centers, integrating machine learning into stuff like healthcare, defense.
So like AI analyzing medical images to catch diseases early.
Exactly. Or, say, helping to create incredibly precise military simulations.
I mean, that's a huge GE leap forward from where AI was back in 2017. What was the thinking behind such a massive push?
Well, the idea was to make the U.S. the undisputed global leader in AI. And that meant, it wasn't just about tech. It was about creating jobs, training specialists. It was really about shaping the entire future of the field, kind of like outpacing competitors like China, building this strong foundation for American innovation.
Okay, so they wanted to win the AI race. So they weren't planning to do it alone, right? The sources mentioned some pretty big players from the tech world.
Right. Project Stargate, from what we know, was all about this public-private partnership. Bring in companies like OpenAI, SoftBank, Oracle.
Those are some heavy hitters.
Yeah. Combine government resources with, the agility and innovation you get from the private sector. OpenAI was supposed to be leading the development of advanced algorithms and models, while SoftBank and Oracle would provide the financial and technological muscle to make it all happen.
That kind of collaboration was pretty new back then, wasn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, it would have been a huge shift in how the government approached tech development. Really unprecedented.
So let's say Project Stargate actually went ahead as planned. What kind of impact were they hoping for? And how might it have changed the course of AI development as we know it today?
Well, beyond the obvious economic stuff like job creation and investment, the potential impact was enormous. I mean, think of it like the space race, that push to get to the moon.
Sure.
It spawned all sorts of spin-off technologies that we still use today.
Sure.
Project Stargate, it could have triggered a similar wave of innovation in AI, accelerating development in things like healthcare, finance, transportation.
And it's interesting to think about this in the context of the Trump administration's overall agenda, right? They were pretty vocal about wanting America to be dominant in technology again, make America great again and all that.
Exactly. Project Stargate wasn't some random idea. It fit into this larger push they had going on. Things like quantum computing, robotics.
Right.
Stargate, with its focus on AI, it could have been a key part of that whole agenda. It might have even shaped the tech landscape we see today.
Yeah. It really makes you think, what if?
Yeah.
We're in the middle of this huge AI boom right now, ChatGPT, self-driving cars, all that. Would Stargate have pushed things even further?
It's definitely possible. We might have even more advanced AI tools now. Maybe some of the ethical concerns we're facing would have come up sooner. It's hard to say for sure.
It's wild to think about. And yet, despite all this potential, the project just fizzled out. Why? What happened to Project Stargate?
That's the thing. It's not totally clear. The plan that leaked, it was pretty light on specifics, so we can only speculate about why it never took off. Maybe the cost was just too much. Maybe the political winds shifted. It's kind of a mystery.
It does make you wonder what might have been, especially now, seeing where AI is today. What kind of world might we be living in if Project Stargate had actually happened?
It's a great question. Would the benefits have outweighed the risks? Would we be further ahead in AI development? Or would we be dealing with some crazy unintended consequences? Who knows? But it does show how important it is to really think about the long-term effects of these massive, ambitious plans.
So to sum things up, Project Stargate was this incredibly ambitious plan, maybe even a little audacious. Its goal was to make the U.S. the leader in the AI revolution. It was a story of massive potential investment, a chance for huge innovation, and ultimately unrealized possibilities.
And it definitely leaves us with something to think about. Knowing what we know now about AI, how fast it's developing, the ethical questions it raises, would a project like Stargate, if it was proposed today, be met with the same excitement? Or would we be more cautious, more aware of the potential downsides? It's a question worth thinking about as we move forward with AI.
It definitely is.
Yeah.
All right, that's all the time we have for today. Thanks for joining us for another deep dive.
Thanks for having me.
Till next time.